Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm going to be testing the Renault Trezor in multiplayer, or the Renault Trezor, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I won this car not too long ago in its championship, and since it will not be any new C-Class King, I decided to see if it would have any use in multiplayer. So my rank is 1412, my tuning is 0405, and in Pro Kits we have 0505. This is because this is a nitro-reliant car, and I put 4 on top speed to allow me to pass the championship. So our first race is probably one of the most astounding races that I have ever played. So in this race, there is a Camaro, a Holden Coupe, a Cigaris, and a Mercedes-Benz SLK Special Edition. And we are on 2 laps of Rapido Park, I believe, or Highland View. I get them mixed up. So the Trezor starts up extremely quickly. As we'll see in a later race, it is almost as quick as a Donkervoort, and this allows me to get far ahead in the beginning. But a car is catching up behind me. It is not actually the SLK or the Camaro, it is the Cigaris, which I think is probably because there are a lot of turns and stuff at the beginning of this which don't allow the SLK and Camaro to get up to speed, but the Cigaris was able to, and because I flat spun, he was able to catch up to me and knock me down. So I am now in second place, but then he wrecks either on the ramp or to the right, and so I am in first again. But by this time, another car has started to catch up to us. At this point, I was very nervous because there are 4 extremely fast cars behind me, and there is still an entire lap left to go. And my maximum speed at this rank is only 245 miles per hour, which is not much more than the twin mill. This car looked like it would be a really good multiplayer car when we first saw its stats, but its upgrade rank percentages were such that there was really no speed-efficient tune for it that would actually be good, because most of the other nitro-reliant cars in the game have a very low upgrade rank percentage on nitro, but this car has a fairly high one, and the top speed one is even higher, so yeah, that is why it is not a good multiplayer car. So this Cigaris is still hot on my tail. I'm kind of surprised that he hadn't caught up yet, because that car is around 25 miles per hour faster than me, because he is at a rank of 1390. Yeah, that's how slow this car is. But as we draw to the end of the second lap, he starts catching up quite quickly, because we have gotten a fairly long section in which he does not have to drift and lose speed. So now coming up to the finish line, his circle is now overlapping my arrow, and I managed to finish first, ahead of a Cigaris, Holden Coupe, Mercedes-Benz SLK Special Edition, and a Camaro. I beat that Cigaris by 3 frames, and I got good matchmaking in this race as well. I am very proud of that one. Now for a race on Rose of the Desert against another SLK and a Camaro. So here we see the Donkervoort starts up just slightly faster, but his speed drops so quickly that I'm able to knock him down when he touches me. The Trezor's drifting, while not the sharpest, is still enough to take turns like the Dubai one with relative ease. This is partially due to the fact that it is so nitro reliant, and so when you start drifting, the speed goes down a lot, which in turn allows you to take turns easier. And since this is Rose of the Desert, which has no shortcut, this way is not really much shorter than the other way, and so the SLK Special Edition catches up and passes me very quickly. At this rank, the SLK goes around 80 miles per hour faster than me or so when he is at his top speed. However, because Dubai has lots of sharp turns and stuff, the SLK struggles to get up to its top speed. As you can see around there, I actually caught up to him a little bit, but then he starts pulling away in this long straight section, infamous for allowing fast cars to catch up to the slower, more nimble ones. So we have finished second behind that SLK Special Edition, but we did beat a Camaro, who is not actually doing so great as we see. The SLK was at a rank of 1393. In the majority of these races, even though I was free racing because this car isn't so great, I got fairly good matchmaking. I did not often get paired up with a car more than 50 above me, which is honestly quite surprising. So although the MP48s do start up faster than this car, as they do faster than every other car in the game, I managed to pass him around the turn and land just ahead of him, and just ahead of the other cars as well. But again, there is an SLK Special Edition and a Camaro in this race. The SLK Special Edition is the one that took the long route at the beginning and is now passing me. Sometimes I think they show off by taking long routes because they know they can still beat everybody. I don't know about that, but that's kind of what it seems like, because I don't know why you would choose to go that route when you could just as easily go to the right. Now at the fork I just passed, it is faster for faster cars to take the left, but is faster for slower cars to take the right. And I'm not sure, because my speed is around 245, which way would be faster for me, so I just took the right because it gives me more nitro. Now, the car coming up behind me right now is the Camaro. Now, one thing that is good to do if there's a car catching up very closely behind you, just hug the wall and hope he doesn't knock you down, because there is absolutely no way, unless you somehow manage to wedge him to the side, that you're going to knock down a car that is going faster than you and passing you. So because he managed to squeeze past us at the last second, we came in third to the Camaro and SLK, which were around the same rank as me. Now, this next race is probably one of the most epic races I have ever played. This car really gives some mixed results, as it says in the title. So, of course, we start up extremely quickly because upgrading nitro does also increase acceleration, but because the Camaros around this rank can go 40 to 50 miles per hour faster than me, they start catching up fairly quickly, at least one of them, as you can see right here. If you are in a Camaro or SLK or some other car that has high top speed but very low acceleration and drifting ability, it's best to go underneath, or it's best to just go around there onto the grass section, because that allows you to take the turn at the end a lot easier without bumping the side. But in the majority of cars, it's just best to take the route that I did, hop down and hop back up to get a bit of a speed boost, and just continue on normally. So coming up here, if you do it just right, you can fall down onto the beach and hop up some of these ramps and get better airspeed. I failed to force barrel off the first ramp, but I did do it on the second barrel roll. Now, the Camaro force barreled off the third ramp, and so he had to go up over there, and thus cause him to lose speed because he has to drift right away without getting back up to speed. Thus, he fell way back and allowed the other Camaro, who is now catching up to me also, to catch up to him. So now there's a bit of a Camaro battle going on back there, and as you can see, they will start catching up to me very quickly. So on a one-lap race, I would have beaten them both fairly easily, but it is in fact a two-lap race, and they are catching up very quickly. However, these Camaros do not know the route that I told you about, and they went on the inside, causing them to hit the wall and lose some of their speed. Then, because of the ramps there, they were not able to gain their speed. That is why they are going just as fast as me right now, even though I'm 40 miles per hour slower. But now, since we're on a straightaway, well, they just catch up and pass me. Again, I did my thing of going to the side and just letting them pass to avoid getting knocked down. Now here I decided to go off and use the fast car air route. I'm not sure honestly which is better. So we are now coming up to the final turn. One of the Camaros does not take the turn so well and wrecks on the second one, and the other one slowed down so much that I was able to pass him, knock him down, and finish just ahead of him right before the finish line. I was so excited about winning that race that I shouted out loud when I won it. Let me know if you guys would ever like to see me do a live commentary video on a multiplayer video. I will most likely not, since I do that on the multiplayer streams, but still, I'm wondering what you guys think. So here I knocked down one of the two SLKs in this race. Yeah. Two SLKs in the race, even up this high. That is just how popular the car has become. While you may not find 3 or 4 in a race as you would down lower near 1200 to 1300, you will still find them quite commonly. Every race in this video had at least one SLK in it, excluding the one on Barcelona Reverse, but that one had 2 Camaros. So the turn slowed down the SLKs at the beginning, but now because we have this long straight section, they are able, at least one of them right now, to catch up to me and pass me. He took that turn wide, and at this point I was wondering if he was going to knock down me, but he somehow flew right over me and then took the long way. I guess he figured that a Trezor was nothing to mess with, because it wasn't going to win. And yeah, the other SLK is catching up as well and has now passed me. Yeah, they're just way too fast, and this car is too slow for its rank. Even on a one-lap race, I would not have beaten either of these SLKs. However, I did a race in my BMW bike in which I faced 2 SLKs on Nevada, and let's just say it was a bit closer. I will hopefully be uploading that second BMW video of mine fairly soon. And speaking of BMWs, during the next race, I'll tell you a little bit more about the M2 Special Edition. So here, these 2 SLK Special Editions beat me. They they were lower, but with SLKs, they could be hundreds of ranks below you and still completely obliterate you. That's just how overpowered they are. Now, the M2 Special Edition, a lot of people have been saying that it is going to be a B-class car and not an A-class car, because some have said that the leaked blueprint for it was a B-class blueprint. I never got a blueprint for it, so I do not know for certain, but in that case, we probably will not have an SLK killer in that car. However, we still do have the R8 Special Edition if that ends up being the case, and I don't think they'd put two Special Edition cars in the same class in the same update. So one of them is going to be Class B, and one of them is going to be Class A, most likely. I said in my Sin R1 multiplayer video that the M2 Special Edition would be an Enduro Double Down obtainable car. It is apparently going to involve some kind of story mode pertaining to the Fallout Boys band. And the note that released from Gameloft that talked about that also said something about racing against pro players. But aside from those things that I just told you, not really anything else is known about it. Gameloft will be hosting an Asphalt 8 update livestream on Thursday at 4 p.m. GMT or 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will most likely be watching some of that stream, so I hope to see some of you there. Now, I guess it's time for me to give my general review of the Trezor. Even though we have had some amazing races, including this one, in which I beat two MP48s and an SLK Special Edition, its speed is just too slow for its rank, and while you may pull out some clutch wins, it is definitely not reliable enough to use as an everyday multiplayer car. Thank you all so much for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider subscribing for more Asphalt 8 videos. And I will see you later. Goodbye!